Welcome to Qi Men Dun Jia. Hello, my name is Dougles Chan. Good afternoon to you. Today we're going to talk about this particular case study, which is related to this ex-Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe assassination. And based on this Qi Men Dun Jia, we are able to see some highlights and information regarding this assassination and what is the situation over there. So in that particular day itself, which is somewhere around July the 8th, somewhere around 11 to 12 o'clock, depending on what time zone you are plotting from. So we have kind of actually adjusted the time based on our Singapore time, and then we do a 1 hour adjustment going back into supposed to be +8. Now we go to +7. So this is the chart that was plotted based on the day and time this ex-PM of Japan, Shinzo Abe, was assassinated. So in order to find more information about this assassination, we are looking at the person's date of birth, and then this particular Jia Wu year, which is basing on this date of birth of this ex-Prime Minister of Japan. And he is actually born in the year of Jia Wu. Jia Wu equals to Sing. But before we analyze this particular chart, I need to emphasize something is this. Jia Wu, you know, in Qi Men Dun Jia, this Jia itself represents the emperor, represents the king. So anybody who has this Jia itself, technically, he or she is going to be a leader of whether it's a company or whether is it a country or whether it's an organization. So the more Jia a person has in their chart, the higher the ranking it is. So in fact, if you look at the history itself, there are a lot of emperor, the king itself, they have actually a lot of Jia inside their birth chart. But that's something extra for you. So anyway, going back into this particular chart itself, we are looking at this this ex-Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Abe. And we need to locate where is this person. Okay, the person will be situated as this Jia Wu. So Jia Wu represents Sing. So we need to find where is this Sing. Sing is actually over here. So which means that this box number 4, it represents the person. The answer over here in box number 9. Every time when we see a Qi Men Dun Jia chart, we also have to refer to the answer which is in our stamp, which is Bing over here. So we have to reference with Bing at the very top of this box number 9. So number 9, everything tells us certain things. So in this aspect, we look into further of this chart. But before we look into it, let's clean up this chart first. So a lot of people, they do not know how to clean the chart because they assume that the chart is supposed to be accurate, but it's not necessarily so, because ultimately we must always understand a program is always being written by a technical person, but if person is not very in-depth into understanding about Qi Men Dun Jia, the thing can be wrong also. So in order to clean the chart, we need to understand what is called the Tai Sui. The Tai Sui, which is this particular year, which is the Ren Ying year, which means that the year of the Ren over here, there's an increase in energy. Okay, so when there's an increase of energy in box number 7, it actually overflows to box number 3, which tells us that the box number 3, this emptiness technically is being filled. So there's no longer emptiness over here in box number 3. So number 3 is a full box comparatively. So Ying is over here. So which means that box number 8 itself, the emptiness is also being filled due to the increase of energy in box number 8. So in this case, we have kind of first part of cleaning is done. Another thing I want to take very careful attention is this. There's a Sing over here. Sing in box number 4 stands for enter grave. Okay, in enter grave. So let me type it down. An enter grave situation is something whereby this particular box itself is in a very struggling situation, in a very peculiar situation. It won't be a very good situation based on the box 4 energy. So having said that, let's look into the depth of this thing. Box number 4, Sing represent the Prime Minister. And then we're talking about this is a problem star, which is an injury together with partner. Partner represent multiple, many things, many people, or many situations. Problem star talk about health issue. We have a situation. The minister star we will not take into consideration because in Qi Men Dun Jia, in this case, it's not represented in the case itself. Injury stand for obviously it's injured. So in this case, we are looking at the Prime Minister is injured. Health issue injured. Okay, there's a multiple injury. In box number 4, if you look at the within the trigram itself under the health, it stands for neck, the neck itself, NECK. So it also tells us the injury will be in the neck itself. Sing also represent bullet, okay, metal pieces. So multiple metal pieces has been used for the injury itself. Okay, so in this case, we also have to see, this is death. Death door tell us the energy of the current situation in the year of 2022, July 8, around 12 o'clock in their time. So in this case, the death door over here is 3, metal element. Over here, this person, which is the Prime Minister, is a wood palace. Metal chops wood in terms of the 5 element. So in this case, we are looking at the energy of this Prime Minister is going to be reduced from 100% all the way to 20%. At the same time, we're looking at the injury itself. Over here, it belongs to wood. The palace also belongs to wood. Partner also belongs to wood. Multiple energy, multiple shots, multiple exaggeration of the multiple injury, which means that it's signaling us that the injury is amplified in this case. You see, if you look at the life door over here, there is a wood also in this box number 3. Wood, supposedly, if you talk about this problem star, any problem star related to health issue, we are looking at if the energy is combined with a life door, then there's a possibility that this is going to be a good situation. The life door, over here, the real energy is from 100% goes down to 20% due to the fact that this life door is located in box number 3. The wood clashes with the earth. So in this case, the life door, although it's in harmony, wood and wood is harmony with the box 4, 3 and 4 is together, both are wood. So technically, they should be good, but the life door itself is not strong enough. It's only 20%. Comparatively over here, the death door is kind of clashing with it. You see, although the matter is actually in together with this death door, but the death door energy is still pretty high because the earth itself is producing the matter, but technically the reduction of the energy is only very small. So which means that it is still somewhere around 90% of the energy of this death door that is clashing with the person himself. You see, so in this situation, we have more or less, we kind of quite conclusive that all these informations point out to a single direction, whereby the whole picture tells us some stories about what's really happening. And coincidentally, whatever that is symbols over there tell us all the things that has already happened. And apparently, this is something pretty interesting. You know, sometimes it's just that basing on Qi Men Dun Jia, if you look at the time itself and that particular date and the chart with respect to the person's destiny chart in terms of when they are born, then we are able to see a lot of interesting things that will be happening on that particular time and the particular day itself. Okay, so this is just a sharing of some information regarding this assassination related to ex-PM for Japan, for this Mr. Shinzo Abe itself. Thank you very much for watching.